This is my 1978 Kawasaki KZ 1000. I bought this motorcycle brand new in October of 1978. It's been off the road for a few years now, but it's never been, dead for any length of time. My plan now is to do a light restoration on it, mostly just clean it up, get it back on the road, get back riding it the way it deserves to be ridden. The plan is to do mostly clean up. It's not in bad shape at all. It would probably start and run now if I put fresh gas in it. But the plan is to get the tank off, get the bodywork off, really clean things, probably get the swing arm off and really clean all this area up. I need to get the valve covers off, maybe do a valve adjustment, replace these end seals. It's now February of 2025, February 14th, and I would like to have this back on the road by late spring, early summer. The paint's in really good shape. It's all original. I'll show more details as we go into it. Some of the key areas. I want to redo this front fork, these down tubes. I think this is a classic problem with these where they have this discoloration. So I want to strip that and polish it out. Not overly shiny, but keep it stock. The fender's original. I want to get these forks out. I've never had the steering head apart. I would like to do that. Repack the bearings in there. The bike currently has 27,898 miles on it, all put on by me, maybe with the exception of a few miles. Bike's never been outside overnight, a couple of times maybe in years, but it's always been pretty well stored. It has a 4-in-1 header on it. This Vance and Hines header is what's on there now. But when I picked it up from the dealership, I had them put a 4-in-1 header on it even before I picked it up. I needed that 4-in-1 header sound on these bikes, which is one of the key features of them. I have the stock exhaust that was on the bike when I bought it brand new. I still have that up in my attic. It's never been on the bike except when it was in the crate. It's never been run on the bike, maybe at the factory. When I first got it, I did some modifications, some day 2. These are K&N super bike bars on there now. And the plan is to leave it as is. I'm not going to make it back to stock. But just to keep it, preserve it the way I've had it since new. There's some fading on the paint. This tail section is faded a bit. I had it parked in a friend's barn at one time, and it was near a window. I didn't realize, and the paint got some fading on it. But there's no major scratches, no dents in the tank. Top of the side covers here too also have a little fading, but nothing major. The plan is then to get the carbs off, clean them. Once I have the valve cover off, I would like to do valve adjustment. You know, most of these changes ever made were what was done to these bikes back in the day. The tires, while aren't bad, they're old, and once I have the wheels off, it'd be in my best interest to change them at that time, which I will. Plan is also to rebuild the brake system in its entirety, just to keep it moving. I know the value on these bikes have gone up substantially, being the icon of the era they were built. The seat is not correct for, this is an earlier seat from an earlier, I guess 900 I'm thinking. But I have the original seat, but it has a small tear in it. So I may try to recover that. But this one is in good shape, but that's not correct for this bike. The mirrors are off at this time. Makes it easier to cover it at this point, but I have them and they're the original condition. I have the original chain guard that I removed and put this chrome chain guard on back in the day. The wheels are original. Was all the turn signals, the chrome, the fenders, all original to the bike. I'll get new individual filter pods, because at this point they don't really clean up too well anymore to keep on. I replaced the coils with the aftermarket coils, XL coils, some years ago. This is not the original header that I had put on at the dealership when I picked it up, but which I still have that, which was a chrome 4-in-1. But this is a Vance and Hines header that I put on later. That one, after a while, the chrome just wasn't that nice, and then I sandblasted it and painted it, and then you know, got it up and going. But this was a little bit nicer, but everything just needs a good polish and clean. Again, this master cylinder is probably the worst part on the bike. Is where it got a little weepy and ended up stripping off this paint, which I don't know if it's paint. I'm not sure what this is. But the object would be to, I'd rather not replace, but rebuild what I have to keep as much as original as possible. Even this keychain, this is the keychain that was, the keys were on when I purchased the bike brand new from the dealer. It's always been my good luck charm riding this bike. So, just wanted to do like a before video here, just so I can log my progress and to see. I'm not going to do a lot of video of actually working on it, but I'll do some updates as we go, just to document it for my own purposes. And if anybody out there finds it interesting, then I'm glad I found something that I could amuse you with. One of the problems here at the front end are these dust boots. They're cracked. This one's broken. So I gotta start ordering some parts. Get those. Get it up and clean the engine. I'm not going to pull the engine. I'm not going to get that deep into it. But I think phase one is the front fork. Work on that. Probably just change the oil in it. I don't know if I need to change the seals. chain I changed not too long ago, some years ago. And I'll have more details about the bike as I go on, show more things. So, hope you find it interesting. And I really want to get this done because it's been too long. So, that's it, the 78 KZ 1000.